everybody, to the Scream Time Continuum. I am the Mustard, and I'm here with the boys, Keelan and Nick. How you guys doing on this glorious December Sunday?
It is a glorious December Sunday, and yeah, doing great, man.
Same here. I really can't complain. It is I don't know, it's one of those Sundays that definitely made me just joyous.
Oof.
I know it's crazy to have that word for it, right? At the beginning of this.
As you were joyous, I'm washing down my horrible, horrible food I call cooking.
Oh,
water.
come on. Don't be hard on yourself.
Well, I have to. I'm a growing artist.
Growing up.
Yeah, that's right. You got to critique
I'm a growing
yourself.
boy. No, don't listen to me. But today's show, we are going to be discussing and talking about Anna and the Apocalypse. In my opinion, a failed attempt of Shaun of the Dead mixed with High School Musical. So, man, holy shit.
It's pretty apt.
I had nothing else to add to that. I was like, whoa. Every word that was necessary, just compact right there.
Even though on our little preview to show what we are going to review, as you can see, right there on that poster, it says Shaun of the Dead meets La La Land. I actually like La La Land, so I'm not going to even try to mix that together with that.
Yeah, I don't think we can do La La Land like that.
No.
So I like Ryan Gosling. I can care less about the other chick, but yeah. Anyways, so these are one of these movies that is definitely my pick, as you guys can see, because I'm doing a narration for this intro. And these are one of the movies that I'm not going to say I really pulled out my hat. I'm going to say I pulled out my ass. So with this being said, when I came across this movie, I thought it was an interesting thing, a musical zombie apocalypse type thing going on with a Christmas theme. So I was like, let's check it out. So jumping into this, it took me a while. I knew of it back in 2017 when it came out, and I can see why it took me about a good 4 years to say it's time to watch this movie. And I think I made the right choice of watching this film. And if you guys are interested, after we dissect this bad boy, or just shake our head and say, you guys can catch it on Pluto TV, which is free. You can download the app on your TV, smartphone, wherever apps or can be downloaded. So let's get into it. Who wants to go first? Because I think I already went first and summed up some shit.
I saw Nick raise his cup. I figured that was his.
Oh, Nick, here we go.
All right. I'll go.
You like that, right?
Yeah.
I think I could tell from the message you sent earlier with the Nick Offerman
Yeah.
parts. I hope you didn't throw away your TV that way.
No, I kept my TV. Well, what's funny is that this movie could have been good. I mean, there's nothing to say that this movie couldn't have been good except for the fact that it's a musical. I cannot stand musicals. I think that they're tedious at best, and downright offensive at worst. I think the only musical that I actually like is maybe The Book of Mormon. And that's just because it's Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
I was going to say you would.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just South Park with songs. See, the thing is about this movie is that it could have been actually decent if they went more of the Shaun of the Dead road, where they just used hit songs in the movie and the characters didn't sing those songs, but you just add like a playlist of really awesome, like, hit songs that, people like to hear. But God, they suck at singing. And they suck at I honestly, I tell you, I watched the first song, and then every time a song broke out, I hit the fucking button. Yep. Times 16 forwards. And I just watched, because you can tell when they're singing.
I'm going to put it on mute.
It was 13 songs for the point. It was 13 songs.
13 songs too many.
And I'm going to throw this. I think this movie should go into the conspiracy list.
I do
Oh.
too. I saw the
Agreed.
ratings.
Yeah.
I saw that as well. But
Mhm.
Well, one reason maybe it doesn't belong in the conspiracy list, and only one. Maybe it hit its target audience and it's not an American movie.
Or it hit its target audience and it's for 15-year-olds that like
No, that's what I'm
bloodiness.
saying. And then by the time it got over here, again, it hit its target audience. It just hit target audience. Hit its target audience, and it's had time to accrue that money. It's not like these aren't third month numbers we're looking at.
Good sir, you are too generous as always.
am I being too generous about the numbers?
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, like the chick is awful. She's a snotty, crappy person.
You know what gets me? I'm gonna make a quick comment about that. I noticed that especially from the end of this movie. I'm like, that's the only thing I kind of liked, but also was kind of disturbed that I thought it was done differently versus other movies where it's like, some good people survive, but no, just the very narcissistic ass people.
The two incredible narcissists. Yeah.
Just fucking survive. And it's just like, wow, you guys are some fucking pricks.
Well, and to me, it sends mixed messages because Anna's supposed to be the heroine of this story, but she's really insufferable. She's not very nice. She's got a friend-zoned dude, and then she's into this abusive douchebag and allows him to sacrifice himself for her. Everybody sacrifices themselves for her.
Everybody sacrifices themselves.
But why is she worth sacrificing for? She has no redeemable quality because
everybody loves Anna. Could you not tell the entire movie?
Right.
It's but Anna and her apocalypse.
It is, yeah. It's just Anna's world. We're all living in it.
Clearly, she caused this apocalypse. Am I the only one missing that? I mean,
is that what she did?
She caused this.
She caused the apocalypse of us watching it. That's and I just helped.
I think the reason I say I think she caused the apocalypse is she's the only person, her and John, like it's a stupid thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like they really caused the apocalypse, but they're just stupid. All of them. From the very beginning. It's like, and that's really how I saw this movie. It was like, oh, this is going to be a dumb friend flick. Like one of those, like, oh, we're all just dumb and stupid and we do idiotic things and we're going to be celebrated for it. All right, got it. Like, that's really what I saw from the beginning. And the reason I say they cause the apocalypse is like just the whole anarchy of the movie. The apocalypse for me is really like the whole when they get to the school, right? Like that's what I feel like the movie is about. Not even really about the zombies. And that was dumb as shit. That was just stupid. There was no cohesion in that to the rest of the story. Why was
Thoros of Mir the principal?
Because he wanted a paycheck.
He needed a paycheck.
He definitely wanted that paycheck. Listen, not being funny, but I haven't seen him in anything since Game of Thrones is over.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, so, he's not really in a lot.
And this probably got him a nice little check and, got him picked up somewhere because he
good $15,000. Oh, he was cartoonish. It was ridiculous.
But at the same time, I didn't think he had that in him.
Yeah,
from what I see him do. So,
but that's weird too because I think we're seeing this more often, and maybe it's just because we're out of the age demo. But this is geared towards children, but it's violent like an adult movie. And I've been seeing more and more of that, where it's like they're blending the 4 kids and 4 adults in way like harshly juxtaposed ways.
Right, but they make it so terrible. So it's like, oh well, it's supposed to be okay because it's not really done well. Like, it's still suggestive.
And we see the same thing with the movie Freaky.
Yeah, that's true. Freaky was violent as all get out, and very sexual.
Both movies rated R, but still very much so promoted towards that age group.
Kids.
Yeah, I think it's this new age for what these new teens, and I don't know, from like 15 to 19. This is kind of shit they watch, like
maybe
Happy Death Day or Death Day.
You know what?
Like that, and yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Happy Tree Friends? When you just say Happy Death Day, just reminded me of the Happy Tree Friends.
I love fucking Happy Tree Friends.
But these are the kids that are making this now grew up with Happy Tree Friends.
Is that the South Park?
No, it's
no.
It
Oh,
was
not the woodland critters.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are
it
the
was back
full
on G4.
series. Like, imagine if the Woodland Critters had their own TV show.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, it's like what you would get if they really let us watch Itchy and Scratchy.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, I remember not being able to watch Simpsons until I was like
Same.
10,
Same.
or 11. Yeah,
And not understanding why. Like, what?
right.
Huh?
why? Why
It's the
not?
Simpsons.
It's so
I mean-
unoffensive.
I mean, kind of. I mean, modern day Simpsons episodes are more weird
They
in
try-
that sense.
yeah. I think the new episodes push it more than the old ones do.
Mhm. Yeah, but that's all to say that I think this movie falls in a very niche, and I think maybe it's like a whole bunch of younger adults that are still clinging on to childhood. I think that's what we might be seeing, is that there's a lot of adults that don't want to grow up, and so they like these infantile things.
Trying to stick with the fantasy.
Yeah, trying to just stick with that young adult genre stuff. It's just like, I don't know. Once you age out of it, it doesn't interest you anymore. But I think a lot more people are not aging out of this stuff.
No, a lot. And the thing is, a lot of people. I mean, and this definitely be one of those like psychological, kind of topic where it's like, why do us as people, mainly our generation as millennials, and why do they love nostalgia so much, or why they try to cling on to a different generation's nostalgia, or try to recreate it and try to be special about it?
It's all about the money, man. It's
Yeah,
all
I mean,
about these
it's definitely
giant
about the money.
corporations.
But if we're
Because
talking about
yeah.
consumerism of it, really quick,
Mhm.
I think we can just simply sum that up to what were you? Some people weren't able to do certain things as kids, and everybody has that syndrome Michael Jackson had, but they don't have for real. Like, I see it in a lot of people where it's like, oh, my mom and dad didn't let me do this, so yeah, and yeah. But I'll leave it at that, because other than that, this can be a 30-minute conversation.
Well, and I think it's also the like we're saying with the millennial thing. I really hate that I'm bashing my generation, but we're like early millennials, so I feel like I have a little bit more
than the people we're talking about.
Yeah. But I do think that there is like this desire to not grow up and not have adult life. And so like the way we've been advertised to and marketed to is, oh, live in your childhood. Remember when things were fun and you got to watch Saturday morning cartoons and eat your bowl of cereal? Don't you miss those days? Well, here's SpongeBob again. Here's, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again. Oh, you can watch Ghostbusters again. You can go back to that place. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I think they're either people really, really want that and there's a market for it, or they're just trying to push it on us. I don't know.
I think it's all the way around. And I'm going to say that because I literally just went to go see Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Right.
And I was just like, through the whole movie, I was just like, man, when the fuck did this shit go in? And I'm like, okay, I get to like the last 15 minutes, and I'm going to say spoilers. Hey, the OG Ghostbusters were in there, and I was just like, okay, cool.
Mm.
All right, good. Bye.
Yeah.
Wasted $9. Thank you.
Right. Well, and I think that's kind of what we're suffering from too. And I think that's why new stuff isn't really hitting as well, is because there's so many people that just want the member berries. They just want to remember the old days of when they could sit at home and eat their chicken nuggies and watch cartoons.
And we see it through, and we see it through not only movies, we see it through music, with fucking covers, terrible fucking covers. Jesus Christ.
Some of them are good.
I'm
talking
about you, Weezer. Fucking up
man.
my 80s playlist.
Just deal with it, man.
And yeah, from fucking TVs to video games, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everywhere, yeah.
Give me something fresh.
I think it's saying something that we haven't really even talked about the movie yet. Because Because
say
we're
something
diagnosing a larger problem that this
Right.
movie
Through
represents.
this movie represents,
I
which
think
which
it's
is
saying
cool.
even more.
Yeah.
Watch this. This movie in itself isn't the problem, but it is literally the result of the problem.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it easier to talk about that than to even really dive into this yet, because the problem is more entertaining than what's happening because of it.
Yeah. I could definitely say that that's the truth. Like I could see where they tried to say this is an homage to Shaun of the Dead. I think that that's an insult to Shaun of the Dead, if I'm being honest. Like,
But I
No,
understand
and
as
I
well.
didn't
Again,
even like,
these are the people who grew up with it.
and that's the
right.
thing. I didn't even like Shaun of the Dead when I first seen it. I was like, this shit is stupid.
I love that movie
Mhm.
first.
And I watch it again. I'm like, okay, cool. Then I realize I don't have a taste for a lot
British
of British stuff.
hmm
And I'm just like, except one show, and that was it. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Wilbur?
There's a lot of subtleties. Yeah.
No, it was this show that was on Hulu when I first discovered Hulu in its early days. It was some kind of, they had a lot of British programming.
Mhm.
And I used to watch this weird British puppet show and something else. I know a buddy of mine was always trying to get me into a show called Misfits, and I'm like, I'm not touching that shit.
Misfits was
Mm.
pretty, but
Yeah.
I couldn't really dive into it, so I get that. But I agree. I don't agree on the not really liking it. I find a way somehow to kind of enjoy everything. I'll just try to
Yeah.
understand where they were going with it. It's like, all right, let me see if they at least hit what they were trying to do over here. But a lot of times I think what goes really wrong is they try to mesh, like when you're trying to cater to multiple audiences through one medium.
Mm.
It's like, just if you gonna make a movie for high schoolers, just make a movie for high schoolers.
Yeah, absolutely. And that would have been totally fine. But they didn't. And that's that non-committal shit where it's like, no, we want to try to cast the widest net. Well, I'm sorry, but the problem is like Star Wars wasn't worried about casting the widest net. It was directly catering to hardcore sci-fi fans.
Right.
And because it was good, it created a wider audience because it transcended the genre and was a good story. So you don't have to cast a wide net from the get-go. If your story is good, even if it's niche, it'll find a wider audience. But this is just like, we want to try to pander to the kids and then some teenage High School Musical bullshit, but then we're going to have gore like Shaun of the Dead, and I don't know.
All right, give me a little bit of this and a little. It's a salad.
Yeah.
See,
that's
that's what it was, because I don't even think they were really trying to
Salad
cater
yes.
to a certain group. I think it was just one of those things. We're like, yo, we're gonna have a zombie holiday fucking musical. I don't think anybody's ever done this before, but we're gonna do it.
It's true.
And here's my thing: where did the holiday part really come in?
It was snowing at one. No, it wasn't even snowing, was it?
At the end.
At the end, yeah.
Well, there was snow on the ground before that, I guess.
Yeah, the snow was there already. It didn't start snowing until shit started going down.
Can I tell you guys the most interesting part of this movie for me?
When the couple died?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I think that was the most heartfelt part for me.
Maybe that might be the most heartfelt part.
Yeah.
There were a couple of even somewhat funny parts, but and I'll use somewhat very loosely. But the most entertaining part for me was when they're riding along with Dad at the beginning of the movie, and he slams on his brakes. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not going to school. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Heard someone not going to school for a year. And him
Yeah,
just
she
kind of
was
on her
a
about
dick
that.
to her father. She was a dick to her best friend. She was a dick to everybody.
But I was thinking like, okay, they could have did a little more with that.
Mm-hmm.
That was deeper.
Well, the father's dead at the end anyway, so what does it matter?
Oh, didn't get it. Didn't get it.
Undead.
And I love that they're like the two chicks are riding off into the sunset. But then I thought to myself, they're on an island. Where the fuck are they gonna go?
It's a worldwide pandemic.
It's a worldwide pandemic, and they're on an island, and they're in the car. I think the last line is, "So where do you want to go?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, there's only one place you can go, and that's England. So
No, she's going to Australia
It's a
again.
big
Rick.
city. Yeah, they were
She's
supposed to be
gone.
still going to Australia. I think that was the premise. They were still going to go to Australia.
Or Mexico.
Not the premise, but
Do you-
excuse me. That was the outcome. They were still going to go to Australia.
How?
I don't know.
How?
She
Don't get me to lie.
that's what her best friend was saying. Like,
They were going to drive that little.
what are you
was
gonna
that?
do?
Was that even a Prius? That wasn't a Prius. That was a
No,
Ford
something.
Venza or some shit.
And if I were that girl's parents, I would have left her to go to Mexico too, to be honest. So
Everybody
she was a
dick.
sniveling brat.
Steph.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Nick character. Why?
Mhm. I don't know.
Entertaining. Probably the most entertaining character of the whole damn movie, honestly.
I guess until he started singing, and I was like,
Yep.
God damn it.
That's when and here, this is really what I expected. Nick could have been the comedy relief.
Could have been.
If Nick doesn't sing, and every time they start singing, you have this awkward like,
The
"Let's
hell are
go
y'all
kill
doing?
zombies while you guys
Yeah.
doing over there." That would have been great.
Right.
That actually would have made me like pay a little more attention to what the whole storyline. Just because they've been like, all right, why is he so against it now?
Well, doesn't he like kick a girl at the beginning? That's like the first thing we see him do. Is,
Yeah,
like,
he's just a douchebag.
hits a girl in school, and then like, and I love this because it's like, so I'm gonna get into the weeds here. So this is like clearly a very like, girl power thing, girl power movie, but she falls for the abusive male.
Yeah.
And totally disregards the nice guy that was her friend the entire time.
Which I think is also trying to poke fun at things that are going on and to the
Maybe.
way things move today. And I think that's the way that the Anna character was supposed to be portrayed, I guess. Like come off to us.
I don't know if that's true because that's to me a negative connotation is like she's just this vapid girl that will go with the abusive male instead of the decent guy that was right next to her.
I felt like they would.
That's not a positive characteristic to me.
Right, not at all. And a lot of times I felt like they were bouncing back and forth between the serious kind of movies and then the not another teen movie kind of movies. You know what I mean?
No, don't do it. Don't.
Not another teen movie's hilarious.
It was a great movie. No, it was a great movie. I'm not saying that it's like that per se,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying that whole spoofy, trying to play joke.
Yeah, tongue in cheek. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess like it's not overly serious, which is fine.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's not overly serious, but I don't know if their social commentary was parody.
No, and that's where the parody ends. Like that's where you can't have all of this serious kind of moment dialogue and when you go through this when you're this age and you're falling in love and you're yeah. Oh, let's make jokes.
Mm,
Hey, you sound like one of the songs.
yeah.
Which of the 13?
Which 13
I don't know.
effing
Most of
songs.
them.
You want me
The
to name
movie
all
was
13?
only an
remember.
hour and a half.
And in about
Only-
40 minutes of it was songs.
There's
Yes.
only one song I remember, and that was not a Hollywood ending. That's it. Or something
It wasn't.
like that.
It wasn't miles away.
Oh, and they tried to be so smart with that Hollywood ending thing. Like the song, like talking about how life isn't a perfect ending every time, and then the movie ends shittily, and then that song plays. It's like, see, we meant to do this really crappy ending the entire time. Aren't you
This was the point.
impressed with us? It's like,
This
no,
was the
dude.
point, guys.
No, you just wrote crap, and now you're just saying, "Oh, haha, we're thumbing our nose at your expectation for a decent ending." Fuck you.
Like we're giving it to these assholes.
Hey,
It's just so smug. It's just like, yeah, I bet you were expecting some sort of decent catharsis for this experience, but we're just going to rob you of that because intellectuals know that catharsis is a fool's, gambit, and life is terrible. Yeah, that's why we watch movies, dipshit. We know life sucks. We don't need to be reminded of it in our movies.
You know what's funny? I'm literally reading a book right now. You guys actually know the book I'm reading. And that is one of the things that is discussed in there somewhat. Just the job of a movie or a movie star is to make the nasty beautiful and tolerable. and digestible.
Right.
Bring the fantasy, like turn fear into pleasure.
Right. Right. Well, and yeah, it's absolutely that. It's also it's the thing that we desire most. It's escapism. We don't go to see movies to see how terrible life is. Yes, some of the most compelling movies are very dramatic, but those are even hyperboles of what life is. Because in all actuality, life isn't like, for very few people, it's not like Requiem for a Dream or whatever. It's much more mundane than that. So even that hyper drama is a certain form of escapism, because most people don't have to experience those really low points in life. So it can work either way. But when you're just like giving a mediocre product and then no resolution to your product, and then saying, aren't we smart because we didn't give you the fucking ending that storytelling for millennia has built upon. Like, there's a reason that we follow a template for our stories, because it's a psychological need for us for resolution. We want that in our stories.
Right. Or how about, if you don't want to give us an ending, give us a beginning. There's a reason Benjamin Button worked.
Just give us something interesting. I mean,
why you gotta bring up Benjamin Button? What is wrong with you?
You don't have to give us a full ending. Inception didn't have a fucking ending, and it was a great movie.
You guys know I never finished it, right?
That's fine. I mean,
finished, apparently, from what you just said.
You probably fell asleep. That's probably what happened.
Yes, that is literally the thing every time.
Yeah,
I might try it again one day, but
the ending of Inception is left up in the air. You don't know what you just saw and what. Yeah. So, but that can still be satisfying because it gives you the opportunity to make your own assumptions about what happens. I think in a lot of ways, these intellectual types who think that they're just above the traditional form of storytelling don't realize that there's a traditional form of storytelling because it works. And to subvert that form of storytelling isn't intelligent and making you look smart. It's just bad and nobody likes it. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of people are just so like high on their own farts that they think that, like, I don't have to tell you a good story and I don't have to resolve it, and you're still going to love it because, you shouldn't expect that.
Yeah. Somehow it was given good ratings by someone. It wouldn't be us, but someone.
Well, yeah. What did it get on? I think it got 80?
I think it was at 85 or 86. Let me look that up.
God. Dear God.
Dear God.
I
this is going to turn into the like Rotten Tomatoes conspiracy podcast.
6 point, right?
Oh, it's a
Rotten Tomatoes 77.
77.
Oh, 77. Okay.
Metacritic 63. IMDb 6.1 out of 10.
Here's
I still think those are too generous.
Amazon 4.3
out of
10.
5. Oh,
is that that's viewers or just fucking general?
I don't know. I just say it's literally just there for Amazon Prime.
I'm going to read some of the fresh ratings here. So this is from Top Critics, because we know that obviously we only take our information from authoritative sources.
Of course, I want to know where they won these awards from.
That's right.
They're these indie film festivals.
Yes. So the one says, Anna and her friends come to understand the most frightening aspect of adulthood, realizing that friends and parents won't always be there to help you, and that the biggest fears is having to stand on your own 2 feet.
What?
Are we watching the same movie?
I don't think so. They said that's a copy of what they watched.
I know. There's another one here. Let's see.
How do you get that out of this movie?
This holiday season Zom-com Sing Rom drama is a lot of fun and could weasel its way into the offbeat holiday faves of those who claim Batman, Gremlins, and Die Hard are their go-to holiday tickets.
What?
So this person just decided to lump this into Batman, Gremlins, and Die Hard.
That's a shitty mixture.
They don't like Batman, Gremlins, and Die Hard?
No, they're saying that Batman, Gremlins, and Die Hard are considered holiday movies.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Are you talking about fucking
Well, Die Hard is a
Batman
Christmas
and
movie,
Robin,
though.
yeah, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Why not?
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
got to
yeah.
chill out.
That is actually okay. Maybe they have a point. I don't know about Gremlins. Probably has a Christmas movie or something.
Yeah.
Well, Batman,
One Christmas.
the original Batman is set in Christmas time too, with Jack Nicholson.
You're right. Yep.
Yeah,
That is
it's
right.
Gotham at Christmas time. Yeah.
All right. Maybe this
the
person.
second one too as well.
Oh
But,
yeah, with the penguin.
Maybe all
Yeah.
Batmans are set around Christmas, and we just learned something.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, not the one with Tom Hardy. This is Batman.
Yeah.
Batman. The Lazarus Pit.
It might have been around Christmas. They just weren't celebrating. There's some crazy stuff going on those times. There was a lockdown
Perhaps.
and shit.
Perhaps he's wondering why you shot a man before throwing him off a plane. Oh man.
This is my city.
Gosh.
And I give it to you, the people.
Now I will play Venom and talk like a Cookie Monster.
Yeah. Tom Hardy's got the same voice for everything. If you watch all of his movies, he just does the same voice over and over again.
Mad
I'm
Max.
just not going to jump
Yep.
on the train right now.
And that movie Legend, where he plays the two twins who talk exactly the same and act exactly the same.
Man, you guys got to watch Peaky Blinders.
I love Peaky Blinders. Alfie Solomon's is dope, but it's appropriate for Alfie Solomon's. Like him talking like that actually makes sense because it's in fucking 1920s, England.
You know
I
what?
have nothing to say.
You know, I'm gonna say this. You know what? I think I enjoy when we review and discuss bad movies.
Yeah, because we talk about everything but.
Because we attack the problem, right? Is that what it is? Because we go straight to the story.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just get all the bullshit out the way because we could really talk about this movie. Because
Nah.
there's a movie
Nah.
we can talk
See,
about.
that's the thing when we're all on agreement on something because there's really nothing to talk about. But
Mm-mm.
here's the premise, people.
We haven't even gotten to the premise.
I don't think all I did was I mentioned the beginning of the movie because it was my favorite part. That's the only reason we even started.
Like I've been there in the car. The only thing is, if you got a black mama, you get back swap with something.
Man, listen.
Let's run through this. If you guys are even remotely interested in this movie, it is, especially if you want to watch something fucking guilty pleasure or just, I'm gonna say like D-rated in my opinion for the holidays, and just say you need background noise. This is the movie to watch.
Good stupid background movie.
And it's an apocalypse. It's a British film, and it's about some kids transitioning from supposedly high school into whatever they're gonna do afterwards. But here we're going into this weird pandemic, and boom, we got zombies and selfish ass kids trying to make
Get
sure
to
they
school.
can get to school and make sure they can continue doing the same shit after the world is coming to an end.
Yeah.
So
And only two of them make it the entire time.
Three, right?
three.
Three?
Yeah, three. Well, a
Who was
boy
the
and
third
girl.
person?
Nick.
Oh, did Nick make it?
Yes.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did.
He had a smile
that's
on his
so
face.
dumb.
This
That's
movie
so
is literally
dumb.
just glorifying all the assholes. And I think
Yeah.
that's also, again, part of the, we did this on purpose. Bad people sometimes make it out. Sometimes? Have you watched movies?
I don't even think it was a commentary on that. He was better looking than the friend. And so you're going to want him as the love interest because the friend was just a normal looking dude. Nick is the, better looking jock bully guy.
But a terrible person still.
It's the awful person.
Even
yeah.
if he got to kill his father, I just
Right.
couldn't care less about him. Like, oh, well.
Right. I think we want, I had
They
to kill my
breezed
daddy.
right over that.
This was my face when they said that.
I felt more
I
for
was
the
supposed
friend,
to.
even though I knew he was going to get bit because he holding his fucking hand out like an idiot.
Right.
Well,
I
it's so
actually
funny.
forgot he got before that, but yeah.
Because when Nick admits that he kills his dad, Anna was like, "You've never done anything for anybody but yourself," and he's like, "I killed my father."
I think that
He
was
did it
you,
for
but
himself.
He would have ate you.
Yeah.
He would have ate you. Pretty sure you
Yeah,
did that.
exactly. I know. It's so silly, and I'm like, okay, well, that was probably a very inappropriate time to bring that up. By the way, maybe just save that for later.
Hey, if you want to defuse a situation, just say that you went through something worse than what they went through.
I guess. But yeah, this movie's dog shit, and I can't even recommend that anybody watch it because
No,
the songs
man.
aren't good, man. The songs are so bad. They're so bad.
Even dog shit deserve better. Like Step Brothers too.
Even
Oh,
dogs will
what?
eat dog shit sometimes.
They do.
Yeah.
And we call those biscuit eaters.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You know who biscuit eaters are? The evac selfie people
What the fuck is that?
in the movie. The evac selfie people on the internet.
Oh,
They were
yeah,
taking, pictures across the world with the zombies.
Oh, those dudes. Nah,
Yeah.
that would be.
That actually,
I
you know what?
appreciate.
That was a nice
I'll-
touch.
I'll tell you this. I appreciate Zombieland 2 more. And if that was a musical, I wouldn't have an issue.
Zombieland should have been a musical. That would have been a great fucking musical. There's actually people that we know can sing in the movie.
Why
No,
did I
no musicals.
no.
No
I'm not
musicals
saying it-
ever.
I should have
I'm
never
saying
said
if
that.
it
then.
were-
Okay. I fucked up.
If it were, I would
Musicals
much rather
belong
hear
on
Woody Harrelson
Broadway.
than them.
That's it.
than what's
Not
going on.
Spider-Man musical.
Spider-Man musical. No more musicals. I'm over it.
Come on, Nick. Musicals are great. Especially
No,
if you
they're
have the right
not.
band and cast and some vocal training.
You know,
No, it's
You don't want to
Creepy.
see Hugh Jackman singing in the top half?
No,
no,
never.
no. That's the only reason why I still haven't seen that movie yet.
Oh.
I don't watch
I hear
movies
it's
to.
good, but that's the only reason I haven't seen it. You know, and I think I pissed my wife off by watching La La Land for our anniversary a couple years ago. She was like, "Okay,"
Hmm.
and I agree. The only good part of that movie is the ending because no one gets what they really. Well, they get what they want at the cost of the relationship.
Hmm.
That's life. Shit happens that way. Anyways, oh boy, let's just redo all our reviews in the musicals and see how that works out.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie. I like musicals, but that does not.
I would watch Empty Man the musical over this.
I would too. Empty Man.
movie. I'm in.
And they just bust out a rap where they're like,
It's
Yes.
just like a bootleg
down for
Buster Rhymes. It's just
I'm down for that.
that.
I would absolutely watch that. I stand corrected. Wow. But yeah, this is not what it's at.
Nah, this isn't the business, guys. There's so many other holiday movies to occupy your time with.
like Steven Spielberg's West Side Story that just came out this weekend.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Polar Express, but okay.
I don't think that was it.
I don't think that was Spielberg. It was probably not.
Actually, yeah, it was.
I think
It was.
It was.
And something else I have to say about this movie really quick. I don't care how much notes I write. My notes are, me literally writing as I'm watching. So it's just brain filter kind of a thing.
Mm.
Hindsight, in reflection, I literally was like, all right, so what happened in this movie?
Nothing.
Where's my notebook? And then I was like, no.
Yeah.
What happened in this movie?
Nothing.
Damn.
Just-
What happened in this movie?
Yeah. I mean, like, it is literally Shaun of the Dead in that, like, the pub is just the school. And, but at least in Shaun of the Dead, everything kind of goes back to semi-normal,
Oh, it made that was a great ending in my opinion.
Yeah. Got to tie his friend up.
Still play
I would
video
like
games.
Yeah.
And this is kind of where I come from with any movie, good and bad ones. I hope they had fun shooting this. At minimum, I hope they had fun. If you had
think
fun,
they
you
did.
know what? I can support that. I can support you having fun. It wasn't my money that was wasted.
Then go make a student movie that nobody ever has to see.
This wasn't a student movie.
Well, I mean,
Well, there was
Kind
a student movie in the movie that
I
we
mean,
never
but
saw.
Didn't it start as an indie
That's
movie?
true.
Did it really start as an indie movie though?
Yeah, it was. It was a straightforward indie movie because they
never
really
got
didn't
picked up.
push this movie to be
no,
out there.
no, of
like
course
that.
not.
No,
Yeah, it made 500K.
starting to
See what I was saying about the
Have-
numbers, Nick?
starting to rethink what I see come out of Sundance now. Sundance is starting to
I'll
have
save my
shit.
comments. I used to think Sundance had all the answers, and then one year I realized checks go everywhere.
Yeah, didn't the CEO have a scandal too? Maybe that was somebody. That was a different
perhaps.
film
I'm not
festival.
sure of that.
Who doesn't have a
Yeah.
scandal? Next thing you know, we're gonna have a money laundering scandal here at Screen Time
Nah.
Continuum.
Nah, not money laundering. No. More of an Epstein scandal.
Mm-hmm. We
Yeah.
were laundering
Gosh.
fucked up movies and making bad reviews on purpose because we were getting paid, people.
Hey,
Yeah,
you can
we
pay
just
us
got the
for
dirt
our
on
reviews.
everybody, right?
I'm totally down for that.
I'm totally-
I'll sing the praises of this movie if you want to sneak us some, some racks. I'll be okay with that. But
Oh my god! I quit.
we're just gonna have we're gonna create MovieGate instead of
Right, a
GamerGate.
pay-in for
It's just yeah. All right. Well, I mean, do we have to say anything else about this movie that we
I don't
hadn't
think
said?
so.
I mean, I think we can condense what we've said about the movie in about 4 minutes.
Yeah. I will
See,
say,
and I told
watched a really
you
nice
guys.
UFC fight while I watch this movie.
That's nice.
There you go. See, I'm telling you, man, we should have just watched Hawkeye.
Oh God.
That's a
I
better
can't.
Christmas theme.
I can't. I'm taking a
Oh,
break
my Lord.
from Marvel Disney Plus cranking machine.
If
I
I'm
mean,
choosing,
we already
I don't
got
know if-
Spider-Man coming up, so
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm choosing, I really don't even know if that's a bad idea. Like, I've just been lost for words most of this night, and not because of the movie, just in general. Like, you guys are just gonna sit back here.
yeah.
What we do? This is a great episode.
Exactly, like that's what I'm saying.
I've been waiting all week for this.
We are all one brain and three mouths.
Pretty much. Yeah,
That's
we're
weird.
all on the same page there.
More like an Oreo.
No, just a regular Oreo. What the fuck?
Oh, you want to be the regular Oreo? Oh, yeah, you're right. Why not?
Oreos
Oh,
would, yeah. That would
yeah, two vanilla people.
So,
yeah.
devil stuff. Ew.
Exactly. All right. Well, now that we've totally alienated our audience, I think we should probably.
They'll be okay.
Eh,
Christmas
sorry,
is 2
guys.
weeks
Listen.
away.
If it's one thing you guys can always take away from any episode is, it's honest.
Yeah. Yep. We are honest, and we definitely do like to talk shit about bad movies. So,
I think we just like to talk shit.
yeah, even about good movies sometimes. So, I'm talking to you, Dune. I'm still holding by my review. I know that
Prove
there's
it.
so many people that are mad about our Dune review, but
Right.
Why?
nah, because I panned it. I mean, I still gave it a 6, but I just didn't think it was that good.
Because it left too much open. And
Yeah.
Doom 2 and Doom 3 definitely are gonna have to
Well,
round some shit.
I can commit. I can commit them. I mean, they on the plus side, at least they finally get a part 2.
Fair.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think they've already been approved for 2 and 3. No, well, we'll see how 2 goes.
It's supposed to be a trilogy. Yeah.
Out of $8, that's crazy. That's a lot of shit.
Yeah, they're going to be trimming a lot of that out. All right, what about final thoughts and ratings? Let's do this.
All right.
I'll go first.
I can go.
You
Okay.
want to go first? Yeah, go ahead.
Look,
Everybody's
final thoughts.
keen.
Nobody should have survived. That would have been great.
That would have been good.
Rihanna sacrificing herself, bitch.
Yeah, as everybody
Yeah.
sacrificing himself, I would have liked to just see the car get swarmed or something. I don't know. But yeah, if
Best
nobody
friend should've
survived,
lived.
I would have been like, all right, yeah, I'm not so disappointed. But
The couple should have lived.
They should have lived.
I
Over
agree.
everybody
if
else,
somebody
yeah.
survived, yeah, the couple could have lived.
Mhm.
But music wise, wow. But the people who did the music, okay, I guess they have, like the producers, not the people who sung it. Let's be very clear. They have a decent little background, not little background, excuse me, but they have a decent background, decent track history and things coming to them now. But as far as this is concerned, it hurts with your ratings a lot here, and everything else around it left a lot to be desired. That's really all I can say. A lot to be desired. But I'm not a 15-year-old, 16-year-old girl either. So hey,
Mm.
I will give this movie a 3. And I think I'm being a little generous, but I will give this movie a 3.
You're
Mhm.
always generous. Why?
I don't know.
Why? No, somebody else.
It's in my nature.
Yeah.
Here
Yeah. You want to go, or do you want me to go?
Go, Nikki.
All right, let's do this. This movie's not worth watching. The characters are insufferable. The couple is the only decent, characters in this movie, and they die for really no reason, just to save another asshole sniveling bastard. Yeah, the music is awful. I mean, every song is like 4 minutes long. They didn't even make short songs. Like they did the full 4-minute song thing. And the action isn't that good. If you want to watch a movie like this, just go watch Shaun of the Dead, or I mean, even Warm Bodies. Isn't that what that's called?
Yay!
Yeah,
I remember
Warm
that
Bodies
movie.
is a great fucking movie, and it's a rom-com zombie movie, and it's decent. Like this movie is nowhere near that, and so I'm giving it a big fat goose egg. It's getting nothing from me. That there's nothing redeemable for it, in my opinion.
Very
So.
nice.
0.
Am I
I gotta
next?
remember what
Yes,
have I given
sir.
it? I just realized before you give that, what else have I given a 3?
Oh,
Not too many.
yeah, it would have had to been like Winchester, Reminiscence.
Okay, never mind. This is in that ballpark. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm giving it an 8.
You son of a bitch.
Vito.
Yeah.
I
Fucking
call
with
for
you. I
Vito.
am fucking with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
Damn.
Nah,
I
I'm
believe
fucking
you.
with you guys. I
You
don't
take the
believe
one,
myself.
I believe you.
I don't believe myself. I'm giving it actually a 1.
Okay.
A 1 for the simple reason that it's a great concept for a mashed up concept,
Mm-hmm.
but it's executed poorly. And that's it. That's the only thing it's getting. Because zombie, musical, holiday, man, some real interesting creative shit could have happened with that. And you know what? It didn't have to be the music. It could have been like a pretty dope ass Christmas cover playlist.
Yeah. That would have been really cool. Yeah. If they had just popped music, that would have been totally cool. I would have been all for that.
And it was only one scene I enjoyed. I did not enjoy the music, but I just enjoyed them, what do you call it, Anna and her friend, not being aware of the world around them, as most people are today. That was the only big thing that really stood out to me, that we do have a lot of people that they're stuck in their world and they're just going for it. That was the only part that was good to me.
Mm.
I know that feeling going to school, listening to music,
Mm-hmm.
not giving a damn.
For sure. Headphones on the bus. Yep.
Right.
Always.
That's it.
All right. That gives us a 4 out of 30. What's that, like a 0.5 or something?
1.3.
1.3.
1.3 for the grand total of Anna and the Apocalypse, which brings it just above The Empty Man. Which
You got a bitch.
Which is at a
He was
0.
aiming for the bottom of the well. You almost got there.
Empty Man
Yeah,
is
right.
at a 0, I think.
If I gave it a 0, shit, Empty Man would have been like, "What's up? I'm going places."
Yeah.
The movie
sure.
made me talking about this movie made me high.
Yeah, I don't know. It's we try. At least we give the I think that's really, we give things a shot, man. It's not like
Yeah.
I give it an extra point.
We give it a shot.
I give it an extra point just for the type of conversation we just have.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we could rank this episode versus ranking this movie. I think we could rank this episode higher than we could rank this movie.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the conversation alone is more entertaining than what the movie was. So, yeah.
Wait till the Halo TV series, people.
Oh,
I
it's
ain't
gonna
watching
be,
it.
That should be good.
gonna be so fun to rip that shit apart. We'll see.
Hey, you hear that, little Mike?
Oh yeah, I know. He's stoked about it. I want it to be good for him, but I don't think it's going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah, trust me. I
They could
played
just go back
Infinite
to
and I
doing
turned it
regular
right off.
Oh, you didn't like Infinite?
Boring as fuck. I was like, thank you,
Really?
Game Pass.
Yeah. Yep.
I ain't doing
That's
that
fair.
shit again.
Yeah,
I made one
unfortunate.
mistake. Made one mistake on my PlayStation about that fucking Zero Horizon Dawn shit. Oh, man, this shit is boring. They're
Mm.
like, you're an asshole. I'm like, so Sony exclusives or not? This shit is boring. I won't play that shit.
Isn't that the one with like the robot dinosaurs?
Yep. It's
Yeah.
boring to me, but people like it. I thought it was very tedious, and I only played like a half an hour of it, and that was it. I felt like I wasted $20. But anyways,
Any whoozy.
thank you guys for joining us tonight on the Scream Time Continuum. Let's see. There's two things. I'm forgetting one thing. I'm having my senior moments, people, but bear with me. Anyways, I don't want this episode to drag into an hour. Fuck, we can't give this episode the credit. Anyways, if you like what we do here, come join us individually on some of our channels. Starting off with Keelan. He does his Numbers Can Talk on Tuesdays. I think 8:30. I'm always catch on the freaking what do you call it, times. So please catch him. He talks about numbers from sports to movies to video games and anything you can conjure up with numbers. You know, drop some love for him, maybe throw some ideas and ask him if he can do something you might want to see or hear. And then here on the other side, we got Nick, him and a good friend of ours, Mike, and his lovely wife. They do a show called Exofathom on Mondays at 8:30, I think, too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you guys.
8 p.m. Yeah.
At 8 p.m., and they dive deep into the unknown and the mysterious shit that is better than the Twilight reboot.
Hey, there we go.
Twilight Zone reboot. There we go.
We'll take
much
it.
so.
Yeah, we're talking about hyperreality tomorrow, which is a concept that sort of is the precursor to simulation theory. Talks about the idea that what you experience as a human, most of the world that we experience isn't actually the real world, but it's a hyper reality in which we've kind of created and bastardized the world around us to the point that we no longer actually experience the real world. We only experience hyper reality.
And that can lead into the Matrix Resurrection.
Hey, there you go.
Beautiful.
See, Keanu, pay us.
That's right. And actually, the book that this is based on, Simulation and Simulacrum, is the book that Neo kept the floppy disk in at the beginning of the Matrix.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, saying it all ties together.
All right.
You gave me
Synchronicity.
you gave me an idea for a bit. All right, then. If that, you can come check me out on my channel on Twitch, which is Strawberries in Coffee. And I am currently feeling nostalgic after seeing the trailer to the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie. I am playing Sonic Adventures off my Xbox. So, yeah, I'm in a mood for some old school Sonic games. So, if not, you could just be a purist and come check us out here on the Screen Time Continuum on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8:30. So I'm the Mustard.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Keelan.
Good night.